Rolling. Okay. I want to thank you all for showing up for another Santa Barbara Real Estate Investor Association meeting. We are going to try and pull all this conversation back on the seat. Sometimes it might be difficult, but we'll get everybody here and things will calm down and we'll get it going. If we don't stay on the schedule, then we're going to be behind schedule. And normally we don't get kicked out of the room. They let us kind of go over a little bit longer than we're supposed to, so it's not a big deal if we stay a little bit later. But we really give you time to get downstairs and drink and eat food and have a good time. Like there's not enough wine up here too, right? So I want to thank you all for showing up for the 2015, January 24th. We made it to the chair. All right. The Santa Barbara Real Estate Investor Association meeting. And we have some great speakers here today, some great information. So first of all, Santa Barbara REIA, this is the website, and you are here. All right. Nice patio out there to run around and drink some wine and meet some people and network and whatnot. So I want to thank you all for showing up and making it here. We have everything that we do. Michael, hey Michael, he's back there doing the videos and helping to get things up on YouTube. So everything we do is on video. So if you don't want to be seen, if your picture's on the post office wall, then probably you shouldn't get in front of the camera, right? So in any case, it's going up there. Some people are surprised, they don't realize it, but it's going there. All the meetings. And then we do have meetup.com as a place to sign up for the meetings. If you don't do it through meetup.com and you go directly to our Santa Barbara REIA website, no problem, it's okay. But this will help you expand your networking to get on there. It's free. And people get on there and they see different people. They go, oh, Deborah, would you come to our wine and cheese thing? I saw you up in the Santa Barbara REIA. And so all this stuff does help out for networking. Okay? Now, I'd like to know why our wine and cheese and food doesn't look as nice as this. Who wants to volunteer to do something about that? No, we'd like to know too. That looks pretty nice. But we do have, complimentary food and wine. So we've got some back there. Registration 1 to 1:30. And I try to get things going to make sure that we're on track here and we make this stuff happen. One of the things that I ask the speakers when they come here, and I don't see Cam, which kind of worries me, because he's supposed to be here to talk about the mortgage part of all this, but hopefully he'll show up in time. But I try to encourage them to have you people ask questions, because you can watch the videos at home all day long, and if that's the case, why even show up here? So if you want to interrupt me anytime or anybody else, please do. Ask some questions. That's why you're here, to network with each other, ask some questions. And all my training is free anyway, so you can call me up anytime and, get me later, not a problem. Stuff that we'll be covering here today, 1:30 to 2, so we're about 1:36. Free training, we'll talk a little bit about that. NHB LLC, we sell homes, we'll talk a little bit about that. We've got some vendors here, Linda Pliagas, she is here. Thank you so much for making it. And she'll be up to talk a little bit. And then we've got Roberta Eastman and Keith Bowley back here. Thank you. Hey, one more time around. There. Good to have some of the local people who really make a difference here helping out. So thank you. And we've also got Victor, my National Home Buyers Locator. Hey, Victor. He's doing incredible. If you guys want to know how to do this business as a locator, wholesaling properties, all you have to do is talk to Victor. He's working with me on this. He's really doing a great job. We'll talk a little bit about the $5,000 referral fee that we just pulled off, right?
Yep.
And we'll get you up here and we'll talk a little bit about that too. And then we've got Cam Zarnagar, who's going to be here at 2. And he's maybe fighting the traffic, I don't know, but if it turns out that he doesn't show up, I'm sure we have enough people in this room that we can just blab and talk and continue on. It won't be a problem to fill up time. But I'd love to have him be here because he's the person that rescued my wife, Maria, who's out there doing the registration, and my sister's out there. Rescued us from our primary residence and also our rental property that we were in desperate need to get it onto a fixed rate loan. And I said in the room a couple months back that we were on an arm and leg loan. Keith Paulie looked at me and went, I feel sorry for you. Because he knows how dangerous that can be when rates start going up. That's a whole nother story. And then we have Dr. Greg Tepp, and they probably went downstairs to do a few things because he knows that they're not going to start until about 2:30. And this is pretty incredible stuff. You know, Marie and I have been doing this for 6 months or so, and we've had the hair samples done and whatnot, and we're just going, wow, this is very, very interesting. You know, you probably wonder, there he is, Greg, right there. Okay. He's right here. So, thanks. Appreciate that. So, you know, this has been very, very interesting for my wife and I, because, you know, it's kind of like driving to New York. We were talking about that this morning, my sister and my wife and I said, could I drive to New York like this? You know, would you trust me in the car? No. That's the nice thing about what Greg has to tell us, that he actually has a great plan for your health and being able to map all that out so you actually know where you're going rather than just guessing about, well, gee, maybe I need 5 bottles of vitamin C or D or whatever. You're going to see some good stuff here. So thank you. Oh, and the connection. People, you know, go, well, isn't this real estate investing? Anybody in here read Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich?
Yes.
Okay, so not too many here, but more people out there. Okay, so Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich is a book you really ought to read. You can get it online for free. And in there, he, back in the 30s, interviewed lots of very successful people. And after going through, you know, years of that study, at the very top of the 12 principles of success, the #1 thing he said was your health. If you don't have good health, all the money in the world isn't going to help you out. You can't even enjoy it. So that's why it's so important for us to start the year off with our health and with the mortgage stuff, our financial health. So I'm very happy to have you here. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is going to be a great journey. Yeah, we're
it goes together. We have a lot of real estate people that are doing great. They want to stay feeling great. That's the problem. And the docs should load them up. I was talking to a story about a new fellow that owns a huge amount of property. I don't want to name names, but say his first name is James. He has a building with his name on the top.
oh,
And he's on like 10 medications. And so he calls me up and I say, well, how do you feel? He goes, like I'm on 10 medications. He says, I don't, you know, I'm all these stupid diets and this and that. And, you know, we got him so straightened out now. He says, hey, I want you to be the chief science officer of this company. He's trying to connect me in all these places. He says, not working all the way. He says, I got too many, you know, wealthy people that aren't healthy. He says, and I'm trusting my doctors to do things that they're not doing.
perfect.
And then the market's just trying to take advantage of me.
Yeah, that's perfect. Well, I tell you, we're going to hear some good things from Greg about this. I'm very excited, and we're going to stay on the program because it is making a difference in my energy level. You know, I've had kind of a reflex, acid reflux, or whatever it's called, cough. And I've been working and working, and Janet's not here. She always tells me, Dad, I didn't hear you cough once at that last meeting. Slowly it's going away, thanks to Greg, and it's just all about health. You know, that's not a big deal unless you don't deal with it, and it becomes esophagus throat cancer, and then it turns into a real big deal. You know, so all these things that seem like they're nothing, they're not nothing down the road. They just get worse and worse. So we're going to have some good information there, and then at the end, we're going to give away a few free things. Free training, well, you know, you always get free training from me. You can pay thousands of dollars from somebody else, but you're going to find out from Victor when he talks today that, you know, this stuff really does work. He's making some money. Socializing marketing, we'll talk a little bit about that. I got some free books from Kathy Fetke, who's been here speaking before in the past. Retire Rich with Reynolds, which, by the way, I'm retiring. 65 next month. And my wife looked at me and she goes, Dad, don't you have a call with these people Tuesday night? And I said, no, I'm retiring. She goes, well, you retired 10 years ago from university. What are you talking about? I said, I decided when I'm 65 years old that everything I do for the rest of my life is just going to be on my schedule. Yeah. I'm not leaving this, I'm just doing the fun things that I want to do when I want to do it, which gives my wife and I more time together. So it's good all the way around. Yeah, so that's one of those things that is a good goal and a good thing to get. So that, plus I've got some free 8 gigabyte memory sticks, some books back there, and then we'll be downstairs for, you know, more food, wine, drinks, and then we'll be done. So let's talk a little bit about the free training, okay, that I offer. Santa Barbara, if you go to the Santa Barbara website, and I'm always updating things, you'll notice on here that it says, here's your free key to financial freedom. And if you click on the key, then what comes up is this little thing that's done through the Social Zing marketing, was part of their stuff that I use to do this. And in here it shows you that you've got free marketing training, free real estate training, free going green, personal development, goal setting training. Whenever I talk about goals, people go, oh yeah, been there, done that, I know all about that. There's no rocket science to goals as far as personal development is concerned. The rocket science behind that is, can you actually do it on a consistent basis the rest of your life, like brushing your teeth? When you start doing that, it actually gets to be kind of like, ooh, really kind of weird stuff, because my wife and I are going, well, we set that as a goal for 6 months, but we got it done in 3 months, or we set it for 9 months and we got it done in 6 months. How does that happen? Well, the way it happens is the law of attraction. You start thinking about it, you start dealing with it, and all of a sudden people call you up and say, hey, I want to do this, or I want to do that. And you go, wow, this is really scary stuff. It works. So, we're dealing with that. And of course, if you get to this page, and you click on the key there, just a little reminder from Phil Phillips, just know you're not alone. So I'm going to make this place your home. This is just a little music reminder that you can come back to Santa Barbara and the different websites that I've got for the free training you need, not feel like there's somebody constantly with their hand out for your credit card, because people get burned out to the point where they go, well, I don't have any more money left, and most companies are saying, see you later. Well, we're looking for long-term relationships. And through National Home Buyers and some of the different companies I've got, I've had people say, well, this is great. If I do a joint venture with you, what happens if you die? And I look at them and I go, wow, that's a possibility. I like the idea, the concept. You mean maybe I won't? Really? I'm sure I'm going to die, and I'm sure you're going to die, and my goal is to have things in place with necessary contracts and stuff we're doing so that your kids and our kids continue on. It may not be the same property, it could be something different, but they're still doing the business because we've helped get all that going, and we've done something that's generational, okay? And we go when we're ready, whether it's conscious or not, right? So there's some videos on there, there's lots of information on there. If you work with me, what you're going to get is business credibility, which is really hard. When you call somebody up and say, hey, I want to do a contract on your $6.5 million property, and I want to, get you to say yes to selling it for a certain amount of money, and I'm going to give you $100 as an earnest deposit, and they're going to go, you're going to do what? I don't think so. Who you? Show me something you've done before, If you don't have any credibility, it's really hard to get people to say yes to you. Victor's, we're teaming up, and he knows how easy things can be when it's a team.
Yep.
And no matter how good you get at this business, it's not much fun doing it by yourself. And the truth is, you can do a lot more by teaming up with people because everybody has different levels of expertise in different areas. So it really helps to have a team. Toll-free numbers, thousands of leads, automated stuff where Victor says, you don't even need thousands of leads, let's just automate it. Well, the whole idea is to automate and delegate. Automate and delegate. So that's a huge, huge thing that's going to save you lots of time and money. Business software, we got lots of business software in place that you don't have to pay for. Online videos of past stuff that we've done before. Wholesaling and rental properties. If you're just starting off and you don't have any money, then you want to do wholesaling because it's not going to take anything out of your pocket. There's no big responsibility. Nobody's going to sue you. It's really easy to do this the way that we do it, you'll see. And if you do have money and you want to do a low-end property, and I consider low-end properties to be from $20,000 to say $30,000, $40,000, or $50,000, then we can joint venture on something. You're on the deed 50% with your name, your business name, or whatever. I'm on the deed with my business names, and I've got Michael Lee LLC and Alana Lee, our daughter, and National Home Buyers LLC. So we've got IRAs, all kinds of ways that we can go on. You can go on there too, 50%, earn half the profit when we sell, half the rent every month, and you get to go back and enjoy what you like doing in your career, your life, while I'm doing a lot of stuff that probably a lot of people don't want to do. Now, if you have the time and you want to do exactly what I'm doing, then the training is basically to get you to the point where you go, that was great, Dan, I learned a lot, it's been 2 years, I don't need you. I don't need your books, I don't need your training, I don't need nothing, because I know it all, I'm doing it. I'll see you later. That's really what it's designed for. You're supposed to say that at some point. And as long as we know that's what's happening, then it's a great exit. You know? So we're trying to have a functional family, not a dysfunctional family where people get all, I'm quit. You don't have to quit, you just need to, you know, graduate, that's all. So this is the online video stuff. If you go to the website, National Home Buyers, you'll see past videos, you'll see the meetings. I switched everything over to Saturdays. 1 o'clock is our personal development with goal setting. 2 o'clock is the real estate. And 3 o'clock, actually I take it back, what is it? 1 o'clock is the personal development. 2 o'clock is the marketing, socializing marketing, because you've got to be involved in marketing, and it creates a job if you want one. And then 3 o'clock would be the real estate. All 3 of those websites will have all past meetings up there, so everything's going to be online, or it is online already. Selling homes, yep, we do sell homes. Okay, we sell homes for National Home Buyers from $20,000 to $6,500,000 is probably one of the most recent contracts that Victor has brought, and a seller for me in San Francisco. So we have that on contract, and you know, of course, the guys, the whole thing. You want me to do what for what? Once he understood it, he realized we're not tying him up, and he can drop us anytime he wants to. We're not realtors, we're not brokers. We don't want to be, never have been, never will be. Don't care about that. We are just doing assignment of contracts on the upper end. So down here in the 20 to 100,000, we're doing joint ventures where we find people that are interested in going on 50-50 splits. Okay. Now I already have some properties that, you know, we've had for some time now that have tenants in it, and that would be turnkey properties that are already known. We've got all the spreadsheets, all the information's there. You can buy into those properties if you want, or we can go out and look for something that we don't have. And Victor came up with one in Fort Wayne right now. My property manager back there said, oh yeah, I've inspected it. And I said, well, what do you think? He goes, it's good. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. There's not very many of those in Fort Wayne. It looks nice. New roof, new siding, garage, basement's dry, everything looks great. He goes, I said, do you think I can get $650 a month for rent? And he goes, Dan, you always get more money for rent than I do. You always get more money than Gary Geist does. And I said, I know, that's because I don't do my business like you guys do. And when you finally quit looking to get rentals to rent and start getting rentals to sell and educating people how they can pay half as much per month to own it rather than to rent it, then they're willing to pay more because you're doing something for them. You're actually making a big difference in their life. And I tell them, hey, you know, once you own that, if you want to go on and get more properties, we can do that. I look for a team of a husband and wife, that the husband is a contractor and does different types of works on homes, and the wife has a decent full-time job. And as a team, that's pretty good. Good income. They work together, they fix the places up nice, and we've got great pictures of different things. Alana, my daughter's got a property out in Springfield, Ohio, that you look at it and you go, wow, somebody actually did that to the rental property? Well, yeah, we supply the materials, they don't pay for it. We pay them for the labor in cash or discounts on rent, and they're thrilled to do a better job because they eventually want to live there, they eventually want to own it. It makes a big difference in how people treat the properties. Big difference. Okay? And then the high-end flips, you know, you really, if you don't have any cash at all and you're looking to do some of this, you want to do some high-end flips first, 3 or 4 or 5, and then get some cash and go back and get constant cash flow properties, okay? So that's kind of what we're doing there. This is Victor's $5,000 check in our yard here up in the mountains of Santa Barbara. Happy day.
Yes.
That was good.
I love that view.
That's a great view.
That view's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nice place. It's my dream home. People after we built this said, you got to speculate, get your cash running, go get another one. And I said, are you kidding me? Drive me, my wife, and everybody else crazy and do that again? No way. No, we're just going to stay there and enjoy it. So, let's do this. Let's go back and let's get some of our vendors up here. Linda, why don't you, I'm going to have Linda Pliagas come up here, and thank you very much for showing up.
Hi everyone, I'm Linda Pliagas, and I'm a proud sponsor of Dan Ringwald's Santa Barbara Real Estate Investor Association. Today I am unveiling our brand new publication, Cash Flow Express, with the celebrities from HGTV's Flip or Flop on the cover, Tarek and Christina El Musa, who are full-time flippers in Orange County. And I've met them, they're really nice people. They have a lot of great information on how they do their business, how they run their business of rehabbing homes. And I'm really proud of this edition. We changed it up a little bit. It's not folded anymore. We kept it large like this. And I just think it looks really great. I'm really proud of it. In addition to Tarek and Christina, we're featuring B2R Finance, or one of our sponsors. Also, as a sponsor, we have First Key Lending. We have the Entrust Group as well. And of course, we are promoting Anthony Patrick and his flip tour as well, which will be happening next February, this coming February, next month, in Rancho Cucamonga. So we're just really excited with the way things are developing for us. We have a mastermind mixer in Beverly Hills this Wednesday. 50 people. We are sold out at $50 a head. We have the president of Rodeo Realty of Beverly Hills joining us that evening. He has 12 offices in the Beverly Hills 90210 zip code, and he has 1,200 agents who work under him. So he's definitely a VIP in the Beverly Hills area, and we're very proud of having him as one of our guest speakers at our event. Also in February, we will be having an expo in Orange County in Newport Beach. Dan and Michael will be there, and we're going to be letting people know about Social Zing at that expo, so we're very excited about it. Before you leave, please grab one of our publications. We design it and produce it just for you. It's absolutely free, and thank you so much for your support.
Thank you. We've had meetings here before. In fact, Linda is the person who inspired me to actually get out of the little cubbyhole downstairs and come up here and do this in a much bigger way. Talk a little bit about the meetings that we have here once a year.
Yes. Well, we have a wonderful expo once a year right here in Santa Barbara with Dan. We can't wait for the next one to happen. It's going to be this year, probably around June, July or so. We bring in about 120, 130 people from all over the country. We've had wonderful VIP people join us, such as Tim Harridge from Dallas, who's the managing director of B2R. We've had Chris Clavier from Memphis Invest attend our expo. We really bring in some very influential people right here in Santa Barbara. So we have it every year. It's absolutely free to everyone here, and we're going to continue to keep that tradition of making it free and accessible to everyone, because my goal, and I know that it's Dan's goal as well, is to provide resources that people can use that will really benefit them, skyrocket their business, and hopefully take them to a whole different, higher level of abundance, which is really what we want to do.
So good, Linda. And you know, I want to say that Linda had one down in Pismo Beach 6 months back, 8 months back, whatever it was. And there was maybe 80 people or something like that. And you really need to go to the different places, not just come here, because, you know, that's where you meet a lot of the people. And she had somebody there that was a private lender. We were looking for some money, and we were trying to refinance our house. We've been going through all these problems, trials and tribulation and mortgage stuff. So she had somebody there that was walking around the crowd handing out cards, and he says, yeah, I'm a private lender. I said, oh, great, good to meet you. So we didn't get into it too much, we just talked a little bit about, the fact that he did that. And then at some later date, I realized there's only one way that we're gonna be able to refinance our house, and that's for us to get our credit back on track, because my credit was all the way down to 670 because all of the credit card debt that we had, because I didn't wanna sell properties back in the slide of the last 5 or 6 years. And so I came back to him and I said, well, I'm interested in getting a private loan because I know that if I got a private loan from you, it wouldn't show up on my credit. And I could pay off $150,000 worth of credit card debt and my credit would go up. Well, I did that, and in 30 days, my credit went from 670 to 800.
Wow.
Okay? Now, when I asked him for the money, he looked at me and he goes, well, the minimum I loan is $100,000, the maximum is $1 million. He lives right here in Hope Ranch. He said, do you want more than $150,000? And I said, well, actually, I'd like $1 million. I don't know what I'd do with it. I don't want the payments. So we're not going there.
Bring the cash.
Right.
Don't tempt me.
So, these are the kind of people that you're going to meet when you go to Linda's events. And the bigger events she has, the more of those type of people you're going to meet. So, really look for her events out of Santa Barbara, because this is where it's happening. Greg, I really, encourage you to get with Linda, and I encourage you to get with Greg, because he'd be a wonderful speaker at any of your events. And you don't have to go to Texas unless you want to. But, no, I'm there.
Been there, done it.
Been there, done that. But there's places in your area that'd be really convenient and easy for you to go to that make a big difference for the two of you. Great stuff. So, Linda, thanks.
Oh, my pleasure, thank you.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so we have got Roberta Eastman and Keith Bully, and I'm going to make a bet that Roberta's up. Hey!
Hey everybody, it's New Year, new
Yes,
day.
yes.
So I'm Roberta Eastman, Keith Boley, my business partner. We are the founders of REI Wealth Academy, and we have another business as well, which is Doing the Deals. So last year, we'll talk about doing the deals. Last year we helped 26 families. That was about an average of a deal a month. And we helped 13 families who, seller side, who either didn't want their house because maybe they had gotten it from mom or dad and they didn't want that house. They didn't need it, they were relocating, or they still couldn't afford it because there are still, just as an example, Lompoc, 5% of the people are still upside down. And so those 13 families, and then on the other side, we helped 13 buyer families who either couldn't go to the bank or they didn't want to go to the bank. Whether it be they've only not been in their job long enough, or maybe it was their credit, or maybe they have had a short sale or a foreclosure or something. So we were able to help those 26 families. Financial goals for us, and of course made money and helped ourselves as well. Reached about 98% of our financial goal for the year. And then if you add in all of the notes that are outstanding to us, because our strategy is really to increase the cash flow for ourselves every month, we reached 123.86% of that goal. So we secured in about 9 months $455,000 from other people's money, because we don't do deals with our own money. And we paid approximately 3.55% for that interest.
That's good.
Yeah. So if you'd like to do that, on the other side of our business, like Dan, we offer free strategies on our website, reiwealthacademy.com. Those are free to you. You just go get them. We also offer free phone calls and mastermind groups where you can come. My background is business building, and I've been doing that since 2004 in marketing, and Keith is in real estate and has been since 2002. You can join us on our calls the first 2 Wednesdays of every month, and we have open mic with us, so you get direct access to us, and it can be about marketing, it can be about business building, it can be about real estate investing, and we'll answer your questions until there are no more questions. So.
Excellent, excellent. And a lot of times I think when people hear that it's other people's money, they get this sense like, is it really worth other people to do this?
Well, good question.